Every moment is a fresh beginning. And not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news. President Bola Tinubu has mandated the country's service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to go after those behind the dastardly killings in Benue State, which have left scores of people dead and many others severely injured. Tinubu issued the order during his visit to Benue State following the renewed attacks in the north-central state. Gunmen suspected to be headers had last week attacked the Yewalata community of Yewalata local government area of the food-producing state, leaving many dead and thousands of others displaced. During his visit to the troubled state, Tinubu re-echoed the need for tolerance and dialogue among stakeholders in the north-central state. President at the meeting also canvassed for the establishment of a committee comprising past governors of the state, traditional rulers, and other important stakeholders to help in finding lasting solutions to the lingering issues affecting Benue State. Tinubu said Benue State deserves to live in peace and is asking Nigerians to donate blood to the injured victims of the recent surge of killings.
I expect there should be arrests of those criminals. Christopher, thank you very much. I watch your comments and I know you can't be tired of staying in the bush, and Oloyede and Basha. Thank all of you. But we need to keep our ears to the ground. Let's get to those criminals. Let's get them out. The value of life, human life, is greater than that of a cow. And it's only when you open the door for conflict that political enemy will come in. Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed.
Meanwhile, Governor Alia believes the establishment of a state police and an intervention fund for the affected communities are critical steps to restoring peace in Benue. According to Alia, though community policing comes with challenges, it is essential to ending the lingering crisis rocking the food-producing state. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has visited victims of the recent brutal attack in Yewalata community in Guma local government area of Benue State, where over 59 people were killed and many others injured. Arriving at the Tactical Air Command, Nigerian's Air Force Base in Makurdi, Tinubu went directly to the hospital to see survivors of the massacre. Following his hospital visit, the president proceeded to the new banquet hall of the Benue State Government House for a closed-door meeting with stakeholders to address the spate of violent attacks in the state. The meeting forms part of an order effort to find lasting solutions to the escalating crisis affecting several rural communities in Benue State. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the immediate execution of all approved infrastructural projects nationwide, represented by the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. The President gave the order at the 2025 Nigeria Public-Private Partnership Summit with the theme, Unlocking Nigeria's Potential the role of public-private partnership in delivering the renewed hope agenda. The president said his administration remained determined to deliver infrastructure that is both sustainable and inclusive, cautioning against any delays caused by bureaucratic hurdles. It said the federal government planned to fast-track approval for viable projects and intensify coordination among ministries, departments and agencies to ensure rapid implementation. Tinubu further acknowledged the existing challenges within Nigeria's project implementation culture, observing that the country's potential has not always been matched by action. It said the current administration had taken measures to streamline bureaucratic processes and improve transparency in the public-private engagement framework. Here in Ogun State, the state government, in collaboration with Aliko Dangote Foundation, has distributed food items to different segments of people in the state as part of the 2025 National Food Intervention Program. Speaking during the distribution which took place at the Obas Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta, the state governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, said the gesture was part of the state government and Dangote Foundation effort at giving succor to the people. Details of that report will be brought to you in a subsequent bulletin. Moving on, wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has reaffirmed a commitment to the Every Home a Garden initiative as she begins harvesting vegetables from her home garden, which she personally planted earlier this year. Mrs. Abiodun first tilled the soil in May in response to the national campaign led by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is now reaping the fruits of her labor. Our reporter, Margaret Okunola, visited the garden and now brings us the update.
In May, she planted with purpose. Now in June, the harvest is proof that action breeds results. Wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has harvested a variety of vegetables from her personal garden as part of a commitment to the Every Home a Garden initiative. The initiative, spearheaded nationally by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is aimed at encouraging households to grow their own food and reduce dependency on the market amid rising food costs. And with her sleeves rolled up and hands in the soil, Mrs. Abiodun's harvest is a statement that food security starts at home with one seed, one garden, one family at a time.
So to our women in Ogun State, this is possible. This would help reduce the cost of food for every home. If you have majority of the crops or the things that you eat growing in your backyard or in your vicinity, you don't have to go to the market all the time. Then also, you can teach your children how to become self-sufficient in the things that they eat by growing food in your backyard.
From seed to harvest, Mrs. Abiodun said the garden is a living example that home farming is possible, productive and empowering, especially for women. She further revealed that the farm has not only flourished, but also served as a training model for sustainable practices, including water use, pest control, and composting.
It is possible. It's not just imaginary. It is possible. Not only is it possible, it is not difficult. Just plant, water, weed, and harvest. And it saves us money on the long run. You know exactly what you are getting. You know the type of pesticide that you are putting on your vegetables or your crops. So you know what you are ingesting.
Mrs. Abiodun stressed that her personal involvement is to motivate more women, families, and communities across Ogun State to embrace food cultivation, no matter how small the space.
There are so many ways that you can improvise. You can use plastic containers. You can plant in them. You can take a container or a drum, cut it into half, plant things into it. You can plant yam in bags, so you don't have to have land to be able to plant what you need.
She believes the Every Home a Garden project has the power to promote healthy living, reduce hunger, and encourage responsible land use across the state and the nation at large. Margaret Okunola, Ogtv News.
In its passion to further provide suitable amenities for learners living with disabilities, the Ogun State government, in partnership with Olowu of Uwu Kingdom, Obasaka Matemilola, have partnered on how to upgrade facilities in the schools towards ensuring the pupils' comfortability. Speaking during an inspection tour with the entourage of the Olowu, which includes Olori Aminat Matemilola, to Daniel Akintonde School for Special Needs, the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, reiterated the commitment of the present administration in the special needs schools to include provision of conducive academic environment and renovation and equipment of hostels to required standard of living. Professor Arigbabu said the government has also increased the feeding allowance in the schools by 50% in order to provide them with quality nutrition food, their mental health, adding that toilet facilities as well as employment of enough teachers were strategically put in place to give them the best care, not only in education, but in other spheres of life.
Therefore, that we won't be concerned with the level of, we've been here now for about 2 hours. We will just send somebody, it doesn't need to be here. But that is tell you the passion he has, saying it himself, contributing, all of us putting at it together, moving up and down, we want to appreciate it by this. Our vision is to turn around all the 5 special needs schools in the state. We have started, and that's why the way you have met it now, thank God that a lot of things have happened. So thank God where we are now. By God's grace, I'm hoping that by the time we come in September, the first level of intervention through the short term will have actually been in place, and then we can look at the long term and see how we do things that will make this place more comfortable for the students.
In his remarks, Obama Temilola noted that the efforts put in place by Prince Abiodun's administration towards repositioning of schools across the state is highly commendable, promising to totally adopt the school and give it complete transformation.
Premises, and I'm sure similar things to other special schools. Over the last 6 years or so, that he has been at the helm of affairs, it has been transformation. You can actually feel it. You can see the difference between the ancient and the modern.
In her appreciative note, the head teacher of the school, Mrs. Olubukola Idowu, said teachers and learners were happy about the visit and their intervention to be brought to the school. Still ahead, Senate screens Tinubu's 17 nominees for key rivers agencies. More news and reports after the break. Do stay with us.
Whatever you need, whatever you love.
What makes every order special?
The
fact that it births new beginnings. Inspiring us to express every shade of who we are.
Whatever you need.
It's the joy each order brings. We know this, and that's why for whatever life's needs you may have, Jumia is here for you. Download the Jumia app now. Jumia, joy delivered.
Now for Tete, they don't put spices inside food because of the aroma and better way they do for body. But una need plenty space to keep all your spices if you want to enjoy the better inside there. Now, Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube don't land with all your rich spices where you love inside one cube. Mr. Chef Mixed Spices Seasoning Cube. Spice mix exactly the way you like them. They available for seasoning cube. Try them today.
We know that sometimes seeing is believing, and that you prefer to see what you're buying before you pay. If this is you, you can pick up any of your items at a Jumia pickup station near you and then pay. Download the Jumia app today. Jumia, joy delivered.
Glad to have you on the second segment of the news. A new toilet facility donated by the Tobade Progressive Club of Bagura to Ansarudin Primary School, Kimta Ilao, Abeokuta North Local Government, has been officially commissioned for use. The initiative aims to promote a cleaner, safer and healthier learning environment for the pupils. Chairman of Abeokuta North Local Government, Honorable Lanre Oyegbola Shodipo, expressed delight at the gesture, noting that it is aligned with the local government's commitment to enhancing educational infrastructure and promoting student welfare. Abiodun Banjo's report is presented in this package.
A new chapter of comfort and improved hygiene begins at Ansarudin Primary School, Kimta Ilao, Abeokuta, with the commissioning of a modern toilet facility.
In the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
The facility is expected to significantly improve pupils' health, school attendance, and overall academic performance. With this, the school reaffirmed its commitment to providing a conducive environment for learning and development. Chairman of Abeokuta North Local Government, Honorable Lanre Oyegbola Shodipo, lauded the school and the donors for the impactful project. He stressed the importance of such initiatives in complementing government effort and enhancing the overall learning experience.
We're going to start cleaning up, the open spaces ourselves to show that if we can clean it, then I don't think there's anyone that should not clean their neighborhood, because very soon we will visit from house to house. If your house doesn't have a toilet, go and look for one. Every house in Abeokuta North Local Government, every CDA must ensure there is toilet.
President of Tobade Progressive Club, Mr. Tunji Keshiru, said the donation was driven by the club's desire to give back to the society and support government efforts in tackling sanitation-related challenges and disease prevention in schools.
We donated the toilet because to stop the spread of the cholera among the pupils. Those students are vulnerable people, a small child that doesn't know anything. Imagine if they are doing last time open defecation, and it's not ideal for the community. That is why we have to come in.
They found out that there was open defecation in that part of the community, and so they reached out to our club so that we can have an interventional project. So we sent in our professionals there, and we were able to locate a place where we can site a public toilet that will be functional, that will be sustainable, and that they can use, that the pupils can use.
The new facility stands as a testament to the community's resolve to uplift educational standards.
A one-day retreat for parent and community leaders in all public secondary schools in Remo Division was held to discuss the crucial role of parental involvement in managing student behavior. The event aimed to raise awareness about the importance of collaboration between parent, community leaders, and schools in shaping the behavior and academic performance of students.
To address student misconduct and improve education quality, stakeholders gathered for a roundtable discussion. The retreat strategized on promoting academic excellence and student well-being. The Principal General, Remo Division, Dr. Olubumi Wumiloju, identified strategies to strengthen parent-school community partnerships.
Can see that many of our children are now adopting a lot of negative vices in the school system, and is now beclouding their academic performances. So we want a situation whereby we can emancipate the schools, let the school be free of all these things, so that the actual responsibility of the school can be performed excellently well. But a situation whereby parents are neglecting those areas of their responsibilities, such that they are abandoning everything and leaving everything to the students, is what we are now saying. We should let the children, the parents, know that it's not the best.
School administrators emphasize parents' roles as role models, guiding and supporting their children's academic performance.
The policy in Shagamu before that, any students in uniform find out during the school hours in roaming the street in Shagamu, the vigilante will just park them. bring them back to the school and find out why they are outside. If they are not, if they are not legally excused, then they will be dealt with. So I'll just discuss that we should go back to that, something to Baba Karibu. And he promised me that they would look into it.
Teachers and parents should have a joint effort in molding a child and molding that fellow to ensure that he or she becomes a good citizen.
Participants engage in group discussions, identifying challenges and developing strategies for enhancing parental involvement.
When a parent decides to neglect his duty, you first of all need to put your children on the right path. You teach them the do's and don'ts of life.
The retreat concluded with a call to action for collaborative effort to support students' behavioral development and academic success. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
The 2025 Basic Education Certificate Examination in all public and private junior secondary schools will commence from Wednesday 25th June to Thursday 3rd July 2025. In a statement by the Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, principals and proprietors are expected to make adequate arrangement towards the successful conduct of the examination, while learners are enjoined to comport themselves during and after the examination. The ministry, however, warned that on no condition should any candidate who did not register online be allowed to write the examination, while it has put in place necessary machinery towards a hitch-free conduct of the examination. The 17 candidates nominated by President Tinubu to oversee the affairs of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, Rivers State Civil Service Commission, and Rivers State Local Government Service Commission have officially declared the asset before the Code of Conduct Bureau. The asset declaration came on the heel of security clearance by the Department of State Services and the Nigeria Police. The leader of the Senate, Senator Bayemi Bamidele, disclosed this during the screening exercise by the Senate Ad hoc Committee to oversee the activities of the Rivers Sole Administrator, Vice Admiral Ibot Etek Ibas, retired. The development comes barely 1 week after President Tinubu transmitted the names of the nominees to the Senate for confirmation. The 5 nominees for the Rivers State Civil Service Commission are Dr. Bako Barimuna, Chairman, Los Egopija, Ms. Meva Erebestman, Mrs. Joy Obiaju, and Mrs. Christy Leod. Rivers State Electoral Commission has 7 nominees: Dr. Michael Epai Ode, Chairman, Mr. Lizazi Toriba, Professor Arthur Nwafo, Professor Godfrey Omadiga, Professor Joyce Akaniwo, Dr. Mrs. Olive Brose, and Professor Chidi Halliday. The category of the Rivers State Local Government Service Commission also has 7 appointees, namely Israel Nnamdi, Chairman, Lioness Nwadem, Lady Christabel, George Didia, Dr. Toye Willie Pepper, Richard Ewo, Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ofik, retired, and Sami Apiafe. The 7 nominees were also presented before the Senate Committee by the Special Advisor to the President on Senate Matters, Bashir Ladu, who divided them into 3 categories. Ogun State House of Assembly has pledged to collaborate with the National Orientation Agency, NOAA, to enhance civil engagement and promote government programs for effective grassroots orientation and enlightenment. The Speaker, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, gave the assurance while addressing the delegation with an admonition that the agency should intensify its orientation and sensitization efforts across the state.
Your determination or the determination of your team is what can give us a drastic change. At times, what you will need to do with 1 million naira, with determination, you can do it with 100,000. You may be able to do it with 100,000. And if there is no determination, even if you are giving 10 million naira for something to do with 1 million naira, it will still not be enough. Everywhere in Nigeria, we must have a change of.
He promised the Assembly's support in achieving their objectives, while emphasizing the importance of the agency in driving impactful governance at all levels of governance. Earlier, the director of NOAA in the state, Mrs. Oyebisi Ando, expressed gratitude for the Assembly's continuous support, highlighting the agency's commitment to publicizing government policies and fostering civil values to boost developments within the state.
I need to contribute my quota to the development of my states. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here. We have a lot of programs we want to execute. It's one of the reasons we are here, sir, to please solicit for your help, your assistance, the way you can help us to move more Ogun State forward more than where it is. Because I believe it can be possible. And I want all these things to happen during your tenure.
She called for further collaboration with the House of Assembly to expand the agency's reach and effectiveness. Meanwhile, members of the police campaign against cultism and other vices have sought the Assembly's backing and collaboration to strengthen their campaign against societal vices. The delegation also presented a certificate of appreciation to the Speaker, acknowledging the support of the state legislature in promoting their activities of POCAVOC in addressing youth-related issues and enhancing public safety in the state. We now have the story of Ogun State government in collaboration with Aliko Dangote Foundation, who has distributed food items to different segments of people in the state as part of the 2025 National Food Intervention Program. Speaking during the distribution, which took place at Obas Complex, Okimoson, Abeokuta, the state governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, said the gesture was part of the state government and Dangote Foundation effort at giving succor to the people. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiyu reports.
The 2025 National Food Intervention Program of Dangote Foundation in collaboration with Ogun State government is basically part of response to the current economic challenges facing the nation. Governor Abiodun, who was represented by Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi, appreciated the foundation for its various intervention programs, saying the group has been partnering with the state in various sectors like health, empowerment, security, noting that it played important role during the COVID-19 pandemic as well as through its support to the security architecture of the states. He also cautioned against the sales of the items, warning that anyone caught would be dealt with.
What we appreciate is partnering with the state. It is not only partnering with the state that is important, it is also partnering with people. So what they are doing now is partnering with the people of the state. Partnering with the state, you can build factories, you can support security, you can support health, you can support equipment and all that. But they also realize that it is important for them to partner with the people directly. And that's why when I looked at the instructions that came with what they want to do or how they want to distribute these things, I had to give them some salutation. And that is what the gentleman has told us, that it must get, everybody must feel the impact.
In a welcome address, the State Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Mrs. Fumi Efuakpe, acknowledged the support Dangote Group has given the state government and its various corporate social responsibilities in its host communities.
This is going to be done annually to reach out to people, to know that Ogun State is a host community to them, where they have their presence in like 4 local governments. So we are their hosts and they are our friends, and whatever they are benefiting, whatever profit they are making, they are giving back to our people, which we want to say we appreciate, and we want to employ them to please do more, because we know they can actually do more.
Head of Operations, Dangote Group, Mr. Victor Edero, in his goodwill message, said the Dangote Foundation, set up 30 years ago, is focused on the 3 core areas: health, empowerment, and nutrition. He said the initiative is growing out of the present economic situation, adding that foundation is partnering the state government to bring succor to the less privileged in the society, calling for equitable distribution to all beneficiaries.
We came up with this initiative because of the current situation of the country. People are struggling to survive, and we have seen that the various state governments, they are bringing out different initiatives to improve the lives of people. So the foundation has brought this program as a support to complement the efforts of the various state governments.
The Iyaloja General of Ogun State, Mrs. Yemisi Abbas, among other beneficiaries, appreciated Dangote Group for always identifying with people, calling on the company to initiate a loan scheme as a form of empowerment towards eradicating poverty.
Àwọn ọlọ́jà tiwa yìí náà, they all need financial support towards their businesses. Sir, help us tell Baba Dangote. He has been doing it. We are hearing of it. Please assist our women, the market women in the state, with stipends, benefits.
For the efforts he has been making to ensure that the welfare of the states are being prioritized from time to time. So this is a wonderful effort, like I mentioned earlier, and we hope that other private institutions, organizations also take a cue from this to see how they can also extend their corporate social responsibilities to the communities and itself.
At the occasion, representatives of community development associations, widows, trader council, youth council, market men and women, artisans, women groups, and people living with disability were given bags of rice for distribution to their members. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
The newly elected executive of the Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union of Nigeria, Ratawo, Ogun State Council, led by Chairman Comrade Benga Fagbenro, has paid a courtesy visit to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. The visit was to appreciate the ministry's continued support and solicit assistance for the upcoming National Delegate Conference in Gombe State. Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Chief Sheson Fagbai, assured the ministry's support, urging the union to prioritize members' welfare, transparency and information dissemination. Nkem Ago completes the report.
Ratawu Ogun State Council, established over 45 years ago, continues to champion workers' welfare in arts and broadcast sector. Following its recent leadership transition, the new executives are seeking partnerships to achieve impactful results. During a visit to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, both parties discussed enhancing collaboration and promoting public engagement. Chairman Ratawu Ogun State Council, Comrade Benga Fagbenro, reiterated the union's readiness to work closely with the ministry in projecting the state's image.
It's like an homecoming to me. It's more or less like a fatherly advice. And I have taken everything with keen interest. I have taken everything that was said, very important, very necessary, and by the special grace of God, I will hearken unto them and work toward them.
Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Sheson Fagbai, advised the union to prioritize member welfare, accountability and integrity.
Communication, consultation and confrontation. Confrontation is the last resort. It doesn't come first. You communicate first and foremost your need, like a shadow of demands to the management, let them look at it. After that, you engage them in consultation, maybe discussing with them, it could be one-on-one or anyhow. After you have exhausted all that avenue, that is when confrontation comes in. Because if you put confrontation first before, no matter how tough that war is, it will be resolved on a round table.
The ministry's leadership is proud to have produced the current state chairman, charged the new executive to be transparent, diligent, and consultative in their duties. Nkem Agu, Ogtv News.
The support and prayers of Nigerians have again been solicited to help the country overcome current challenges confronting her so as to emerge stronger and united. The plea was made in a sermon delivered by the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, at the 2025 Juvenile Anniversary Thanksgiving of the Sacred Cherubim and Seraphim Church of Nigeria, Ibukun Orisun Iye Parish, Olorun Shogo, Abeokuta. Nkem Ago reports.
The Juvenile Department of the Sacred Cherubim and Seraphim Church of Nigeria, Ibukun Orisun Iye Parish, is thrilled to celebrate the anniversary, marking another year of nurturing young minds and spirits in the faith. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, in his sermon, urged congregants and the entire creation of God to continue abiding with the tenets of the Almighty as directed in the Holy Scripture.
God said, I have a plan of hope and of a future. If you have a future and a hope, then you have everything. And it too, may all of us here share the portion that God has for us.
Such an occasion could not be complete without thanksgiving as congregants trooped out in mass to offer appreciation to Almighty God for witnessing yet another celebration against all odds, and was led by the Juvenile Department. Church leaders expressed gratitude to the Juvenile Department for their dedication and enthusiasm, encouraging them to continue growing in their faith.
The lesson of the child comes from the home. If we train our child, our future will be great. Imbibe the culture of attitudinal change.
With the Holy Spirit, we can now teach our children. You know, these days, these children, they don't listen. But you have to go down to their level. You have to call them, listen to their own story too.
The Bible says that teach your child the way of the Lord so that when he grows up, he will not depart from it. If we teach our children the way of the Lord, I'm telling you, once they grow up, their path will be thorough. If they put God first, everything will be perfect for them.
The Juvenile Department has made a significant impact on the lives of young people in the church, providing a supportive community and spiritual guidance. The Juvenile Anniversary featured the decoration of the Church Golden Mother and children's display. Nkem Agu, Ogtv News.
Winners have emerged in both male and female categories of football competition, marking the 2025 Ogun State Public Service Week, held at the MQ Abiola Sport Arena, Abeokuta. Dignitaries, which included the State Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokumbo Talabi, some members of the State Executive Council, and top civil servants graced the final. Earlier in the day, there were indoor games which had winners in different categories. Olaide Oloye reports.
In the male football final, the parastatal team defeated their mainstream civil service team by a lone goal, scored in the second half of the match. But in the female final, the mainstream civil servants whitewashed the parastatal team by 4 unreplied goals. Speaking after the match, Deputy Governor Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele reaffirmed the government's commitment to encouraging sporting activities among its workforce, applauding Head of Service Kehinde Onosoya for the smooth organization of this year's event.
We enjoyed the matches, and the spirit in which it was played, you know, it reflects the quality of the civil service that we have, and I hope that we can continue this year in, year out. And this is the opportunity to wish all the Ogun State public servants a very happy public service week as we look forward to the grand finale tomorrow.
Earlier at the flag-off of the indoor games, held at the Arcade Ground, Okemoso, Secretary to the state government, Mr. Tokumbo Talabi, charged all workers to take advantage of the event to boost their physical activities and ease tension.
Today is the day to bond with each other, and bonding enhances relationship, and it's the desire of this administration, ably led by our amiable governor, Prince Dr. Abiodun, to foster a relationship between all the different entities that report to him. And that is why he has actively, year in, year out, supported this thing. What is also unique about this is not just for, it is also intra-departmental bonding, because you see a lot of people here from different classes. Some of them we have not seen, but you are in a very cordial environment. It takes, and it breeds understanding.
The indoor games featured a range of sports, including table tennis, Scrabbles, Ayo Olokmo, Ludo and Draft. Highlights of the games include the SSG and the head of service, playing all the games together and with the workers as well as the commissioners and the permanent secretaries. The head of service, Mr. Kendi Onosoya, said sports as part of the Public Service Week is meant to bring unity and bonding among workers.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And this is the best way to foster interagency, interministry, strategic linkages and partnership. The atmosphere is convivial, and this is the better way to foster bonding among our staff. It reduces stress and increases what we call output on the part of our staff.
Dignitaries at both today's event stated the activities are good tools to relieve tension from all stress of life and to also keep the brain active. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
Business news is next when we return. Just stay with us.
Whatever you need, whatever you love.
What makes every order special?
Joy to show, you know they're giving you so much.
The fact that it births new beginnings. Inspiring us to express every shade of who we are.
Whatever you need.
It's the joy each order brings. We know this, and that's why for whatever life's needs you may have, Jumia is here for you. Download the Jumia app now. Jumia, joy delivered.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The federal government has unveiled plans to track all unpaid loans in the country through the National Identification Number (NIN) to improve credit infrastructure and reduce corruption. This was disclosed by the Managing Director of Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Credit Corp, Uzoma Nwangba, during a meet at the press briefing organized by the Presidential Media Team at the State House, Abuja. Nwangba announced that the government is building a centralized credit tracking system that links credit scores directly to NIN to ensure responsible lending and repayment. To ensure loan recovery and repayment discipline, he stated that Credit Corp will impose restrictions on defaulters as part of its enforcement strategy. The Nigerian exchange recorded a loss of 183 billion at the close of trading Tuesday as bearish sentiment continued to weigh on key market indicators, dragging several blue-chip stocks into negative territory. Market data from the NGX revealed that the all-share index declined by 348.61 points, or 0.3%, to close at 114,910 compared to the previous day's close. The dip was also reflected in the market capitalization, which dropped from 72.7 trillion to 72.5 trillion, representing a 183 billion loss in investor value. Despite a marginal increase in trading activities, the overall market mood remained negative. A total of 787,305 shares valued at 25.67 billion, were traded in 23,170 deals, showing a 9% improvement in volume, a 17% rise in turnover, and a 5% increase in the number of deals compared to the previous trading season. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has announced that exports must now obtain an export permit, vessel clearance, and a unique identification number before any crude shipment can leave the country. In the first quarter of 2025, oil producers exported crude oil and other petroleum products worth 12.96 trillion naira, even as domestic refineries continue to suffer from poor feedstock supply. The new directive, issued under the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Advanced Cargo Declaration Regulation 2024, mandates the use of the Commission's online platforms for the processing of all procurement documentation. This includes verifying the identity of exporters, confirming export volumes, and embedding a UIN into every clearance notification to enable real-time tracking. And that's it on Business News. Thank you for watching.
We know that sometimes seeing is believing, and that you prefer to see what you're buying before you pay. If this is you, you can pick up any of your items at a Jumia pickup station near you and then pay. Download the Jumia app today. Jumia, joy delivered.
Now, foreign news. Ghana's state electric distributor has cut power supply to several state institutions over unpaid bills running to tens of millions of dollars, adding its pleas for payment have fallen on deaf ears. The conflict between Israel and Iran has entered its sixth day of open hostilities, with fresh Israeli airstrikes targeting military and nuclear sites in Tehran overnight.
The conflict between Israel and Iran has entered its sixth day